Bruce Dickinson just told the story of what happened during the first Iron Maiden rehearsal with Simon Dawson. And in all honesty, this is exactly what I wanted to hear from the band for all those months. As first of all, spoiler, Simon crushed it. And secondly, and most importantly, Bruce Dickinson explained why the band needed a backup during their last tour. And it had nothing to do with Nicko McBrain's playing. So first of all, yes, what we kind of expected is now confirmed. New Iron Maiden drummer Simon Dawson did already have his first rehearsal with the band, and it happened not after the announcement, but all the way last year, amidst the Future Past tour. And yeah, Nicko was of course well aware of it. But most importantly, to a huge relief of all the die-hard Iron Maiden fans, for whom Nicko McBrain of course is not just yet another drummer in the band's history who can be easily replaced. Not at all. Bruce Dickinson, on behalf of Iron Maiden, finally made a statement which I think should have been clarified much earlier, killing all the doubts that some fans might have had in the back of their heads, saying that the decision of replacing Nicko McBrain was never about Nicko's playing on the past tour, which of course simply could not have been the same after the stroke that he suffered back in 2023. And now I'm quoting. It wasn't so much his drumming, but his physical body. We were worried. We were like, we do not want to end up with Nick in the hospital. Adding that this is why they invited the British Lion drummer Simon Dawson to be on a standby in case if Nicko McBrain cannot do a show or two. Which, in all honesty, is a huge relief, as this shows that Iron Maiden, just like Iron Maiden fans, did not really care about how Nicko plays the drum fills on Caught Somewhere in Time or The Trooper, but were simply worried about their friend and their family member, and in no way wanted to push him or make him feel obliged to the band to go a bit too far, specifically because Iron Maiden wanted him to feel that health is his only main priority when it comes to live touring. And although this did not make the headlines, I think this is the main outcome of this interview. As although of course Iron Maiden is a huge institution and a business, but it also is a family for so many of us. And this is how you treat your family. But anyways, now talking about what, surprise, actually made the headlines and the whole comparison of Simon Dawson with the legendary Clive Burr. In addition to everything, Bruce Dickinson also addressed on why exactly Iron Maiden decided to land on Simon Dawson and not choose one of the drummers from Iron Maiden's close circle. Of course, hinting at Joe Lazarus, whom most Iron Maiden fans, including myself, were always expecting to replace Nicko McBrain in Iron Maiden if the situation ever would come to that. And talking about that decision, Bruce Dickinson explained that although all of those were very good drummers, they all wanted to sound like Nicko. But neither Steve Harris nor the rest of the boys at Iron Maiden wanted a Nicko McBrain clone. Because, and I completely agree with Bruce on this, you simply can't replace someone like Nicko. And if you choose a drummer who plays in exactly the same manner as Nicko McBrain, this would just stir unnecessary comparisons. And that's exactly why they wanted to go with a drummer who, although of course can play the material, also has his own identity, while still locking into the Maiden feel. And apparently that's exactly what Simon brought. And here's the coolest part. In addition to the whole fact that Simon Dawson was able to go through the entire set of the Future Past tour from the first take without even rehearsing the material before that, which by itself already blew the boys away. Bruce even mentioned that when he was closing his eyes, he could almost feel like it was Clive Burr playing the drums, which by itself is a very bold comparison. But if you think about it, it is in fact the best possible scenario for the upcoming Run for Your Lives tour. A tour specifically to honor the band's early days. But anyways, yes, this Bruce Dickinson interview actually gave us Iron Maiden fans exactly what we felt kind of was lacking after the initial announcement of Nicko McBrain's departure from live touring with Iron Maiden. And by the way, Bruce also once again reiterated that Nicko retired only from live touring. He's still a member of the band, and who knows what that might mean for the future. But I'm actually really glad that Bruce said that ahead of the upcoming tour, as although it still will be a very bittersweet and strange feeling to not see Nicko McBrain behind the Iron Maiden kit, at least you know for sure that it was 100% Nicko McBrain decision, and he's totally fine with it.
I love my job.
But anyways, what do you guys personally think about this statement, and are you going to see Iron Maiden live on the upcoming tour? Please let us know in the comments. Oh, and very quickly, today I was actually supposed to release a special episode ranking all of the Iron Maiden album intros, which you will most likely hate me for, but because so many of you voted for this breakdown of a Bruce Dickinson interview, I just wanted to release this one first. But that ranking episode is actually already available for all of the YouTube channel members and all the patrons as well. So if you're one of those, definitely do not miss it. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this short video, guys, and will prevail. Slava Ukraini!